this show to share some of the things that I've learned as an entrepreneur.
So you were really there in Dallas for the JFK thing. Did you see the assassination?
Well, I actually wasn't in Dallas. The story goes like this. In early 70s, the LBJ Library released the Air Force One recording of the radio transmissions the day that JFK was assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2011, General Clifton's estate had two reels of
Who's
tape.
that? I never heard that name with regard to.
General Clifton was one of Kennedy's aides.
Okay.
And in his belongings after he passed were two reel-to-reel recordings of the Air Force One transmissions that were different than the ones that the LBJ Library released in the early 70s. And that was a fantastic case.
Conspiracy.
Well, it's interesting because we know a lot more now than we did back then. First of all, we know that there are portions still that have been removed from the recordings for whatever reason. I took both versions and combined them to make the first longer version of those recordings. And there's a lot of interest in the among JFK aficionados and people who are interested in clues about that assassination, because as you know, it's one of the bigger conspiracy theories, different people, different opinions, how many shooters were there. And my work made national headlines. CNN came out to our lab in Rochester Hills to interview me. And I'll tell you what, you can't buy publicity like that. It was wonderful. It was an honor to do that. But those newsworthy type press releases or interviews that I've done has been phenomenal for business.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I used to really dig into the JFK stuff years ago. And the only thing that it boiled down to me is that I don't believe to this day anybody has been able to recreate the shot. And that's, to me, that's the whole crux of the matter, from the